Hi, it's Katie. I am just checking in as I just received my first chemotherapy treatment for stage 4 goblet cell adenocarcinoma of the appendix. I am on about a mix of 4 different kind of chemotherapy, immune therapy, kind of most commonly known as Folfox is what I was introduced to today. And when I arrived for my appointment, they do a quick needle poke. I forgot to put my numbing cream on, so I was really nervous how that was going to feel. But honestly, it was much easier, I think, than getting a IV in the arm. Felt similar to an IV poke, and I think it's fine, honestly, without the cream. It was very similar to when I went a few days prior to get some blood work done, but again, I don't think you need the cream. It was totally fine. I am really glad that I purchased this shirt off Amazon, and I can drop the link in. I did see some really nice fancy ones kind of pop up on my algorithm with Facebook, but they were like $50. Again, I found this one on Amazon, and I believe it was mid to late $20 range. I will put the link in the comments in case you are curious. There were a lot of different colors, but I'm really glad I got this shirt. I think I'm definitely going to get a couple more colors, as I mentioned, because I got about 6 months to go. What's really nice about this shirt is that it buttons, and so they'll tell you, if you don't have the right garment, kind of, can you pull it down and hold it down? And so I'm really glad I got this. It also has, these aren't real buttons, they're Velcro buttons, which is nice. And then on the inside, it does have big kind of internal pockets, which is why I really bought this shirt, because I knew that I would be leaving with a 48-hour chemo pump that I'll have to stay connected for a few days. And so I was hoping to be able to tuck this battery pack into the shirt. But once I arrived to the appointment and I seen it and I felt it, it was much heavier than I expected, and so I don't think I'll be able to use it inside these pockets. It would pull, I think, and droop too much and be uncomfortable, and I certainly don't want anything to fall out and pull my tubing. One other reason why I got this shirt, and kind of why I am trying to be so prepared with kind of having to wear this pump for 48 hours, is that I do have a special needs son who is level 3 autistic. He's about 5.5, so he doesn't quite understand what mom's going through, and boundaries and safe hands and all those things. So I am still going to have to figure out how to kind of make this a little more incognito before my guy gets home this afternoon. I think I'm just going to do an old school zip up and kind of hang out in the air conditioning. So I'm hoping that that works out, but I'll kind of let you know any tips or tricks to keep this kid safe, friendly. I plan on sleeping in a separate area, one, just to make sure that, because he does still co-sleep with me, to make sure he doesn't tie anything, and two, you are a little radioactive, so while I have this, and for honestly this whole week, it's best to make sure that you kind of stay safe. The medicine will leave your body through bodily fluids like sweat, saliva, urine, vomit, those kind of things. So I have made sure to get me a separate laundry hamper, and just kind of doing these separate things. I'm going to sleep in a separate area, just kind of be very mindful to protect my family and children during this time. But back to the appointment, it went really fast. They say that you want to make sure you pack your chemo clock, and that just means that though you may have a scheduled time for your seats and an appointment, a lot of it is really dependent on the pharmacy at your local hospital or wherever you're receiving your treatment at. And that's because they won't actually make the bags and deliver the order until you're there, until the doctor signs off, and sometimes there can be a little delay in that, and they'll let you know that all up front when you go for your training. But luckily the pharmacy went pretty fast and things were pretty much on track. I got there at 8:30 a.m. this morning. They introduced a couple bags of some anti-nausea medication that has a lot of steroids in it, and then I received 2 bags of some of my medicine. Again, I'm on about a 4-part mix of chemotherapy. Folfox is what it's commonly known as. I have some Avastin and some other medicines that are kind of a combo deal here. So depending on what bags you're getting, there is a different amount of time. But for me, again, I arrived at 8:30, and I think I walked out of the hospital today about 12:30, and that was with my, kind of pump training and my bag. And so I just want to show you a little bit more of what this pump looks like here. Kind of get a little closer. Didn't have, like I said, a lot of pain when medicine was going in. I was a little nervous about having kind of an allergic reaction based on some of the research that I've done. They assured me, if you have worries about that they do have all medicine on hand, ready to go. But honestly, I have not had any symptoms quite yet. Some symptoms obviously to watch out for are nausea, diarrhea, and for this particular mix of combination of medicine, being very sensitive to cold, drinking cold, feeling cold, touching cold things, and neuropathy. And so far so good. Haven't quite had any symptoms yet, so I will keep you posted. I also want to share kind of my hair journey with you and what that's going to be like. Is it gonna maintain? Is it going to thin out? Am I going to lose it all? So those are things that I'm going to share with you along the way, because I think if you got this diagnosis and you're also getting ready to start a chemo battle, that's on your mind a lot. How's it going to fall out? Will I wake up and it's all on my pillow? Will I brush it out? Is it going to come out in the shower? And so I am as curious as you are. I plan on sharing those results with you, what happens and what that looks like. And so that'll be for future chapters, and I will keep you posted on how things go. But I just wanted to assure you, visit 1 was great. Everything went on time. Everything went smooth. Again, apparel, very important, I think, for the next couple days. And I'm going to stay on top of my anti-nausea medication. I already have waters at room temperature and just kind of room temperature things, which is a good thing to stay ahead of. But I feel very blessed. I feel very fortunate that I am able to share this good experience with you. I hope the trajectory stays the same and I have more positive results. But I just want to thank you if you made it to the end of this video for hearing my story, and just reminding you that there's always blessings through the battle.